Hello students, I am Raghavan Kumar Singh, faculty of US Academy and Institute. Today we will discuss class 7th, Geography's 5th chapter, Water. Water is one of the most important substances on earth. All plants and animals must have water to survive. If there was no water, there would be no life on earth. Water that is safe for drinking is called potable water. There are various sources from where we can collect water. The major sources of fresh water are the rivers, ponds, springs, and glaciers. The ocean bodies and the seas contain salty water. Most of the salt is sodium chloride or the common potable salt that we eat. 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered by water. So the Earth is called the blue planet. The sun heat causes evaporation of water vapor. When the water vapor cools down, it condenses and forms cloud. From there it may fall on the land or sea in the form of rain, snow, or sleet. The process by which water changes its forms and circulates between ocean, atmosphere, and land is known as the water cycle. Our earth is like a terrarium. The major sources of fresh waters are the rivers, ponds, springs, and glaciers. The ocean bodies and the seas contain salty water. Now, water cycle. The process by which water continually changes its forms and circulates between ocean, atmosphere, and land is known as the water cycle. Now, distribution of water on earth. About 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. Water is absolutely essential for survival. Water alone can quench our thirst when we are thirsty. On Earth, 97% of water is saline and 3% of water is fresh water. There is a following table given for the distribution of water in percentage. Like ocean, 97.3% saline water, ice caps 2.0% fresh water, groundwater 0.68%, freshwater lakes 0.009%, inland seas and salt lakes 0.009%, atmosphere 0.0019%, and rivers 0.001% fresh water. Water is essential and absolutely essential for survival. Now the movement. Unlike the calm water of pond and lakes, ocean waters keeps moving continuously. The movement which occur in oceans are of three types: waves, tides, and current. Now waves. When the water on the surface of the oceans rises and falls alternately, they are called waves. During a storm, the wind blowing at very high speed from huge waves, these may cause tremendous destruction. An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater landslides can sift large amount of ocean water. As a result, a huge tidal wave called tsunami is formed. When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, they are called waves. An earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater slides can shift amount of ocean water. As a result, huge tidal waves may be formed. Tsunami is in South and Southeast Asian coast had caused havoc in December 2004. Now tides. The rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called a tide. It is high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level. It is low tide when water falls to its lowest level and recedes from the shore. The strong gravitation pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface cause the tides. During the full moon and new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are in the same line and the tides are highest. These tides are called spring tides. But when the moon is in its first and last quarter, the ocean waters gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by the gravitation pull of sun and moon, resulting in low tides. These tides are called neap tides. So the tides are of two types: spring tides and neap tides. Now ocean currents. Ocean currents are streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in definite direction. The ocean currents may be warm or cold. The warm ocean currents originate near the equator and move towards the pole. The cold current carry water from the polar or higher latitude to tropical or lower latitude. Warm currents brings about warm temperature over land surface. The area where the warm and cold current meets provide the best fishing ground of the world. Seas around Japan and the eastern coast of North America are such examples. The areas where a warm and cold current meets experience foggy weather, making it difficult to navigate. Ocean currents are a stream of waters flowing constantly on the ocean surface in different directions. Ocean currents are also of two types, warm and cold. The Labrador Ocean currents is a cold current, while the Gulf Stream is a warm current. Now again have a look on the chapter, what the chapter says or tells us. Water is very important for our survival. It continuously changes its forms and circulates between ocean and atmosphere. We get fresh water from the rivers, ponds, springs and glaciers. The water bodies and the seas contain salty water. 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered by water, but all the water on Earth is not available to us. 97.3% of water is saline or salty, found in ocean and seas. Only 3% is fresh water. Its 3% is available to us, which we use in our daily life. Many countries are facing water scarcity. Due to this fact, What what is available is also not fit for drinking because it is polluted badly due to a variety of reasons. Ponds and lakes have calm water, whereas the ocean water keeps moving continuously. The movement that occurs in ocean can be categorized as waves, tides, and currents. When the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternately, they are known as waves. During stormy weather, huge waves are formed. These waves are very strong and cause heavy destruction. Tsunami, a huge tidal wave, is very strong. The tsunami of 2004 caused widespread damage in the coastal areas of India. Tides are the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean currents which occurs twice in a day. It is high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level. It is low tide when water falls to its lower level and recedes for shore. During the full moon and the new moon days, the sun, the moon, and the earth are the same line and the tides are highest. These tides are called spring tides. When the moon is in the first and last quarter, the ocean waters gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction by gravitation pull of sun earth, resulting in low tides. These tides are called neap tides. High tides help in navigation. Ocean currents are streams of water flowing continuously on the ocean surface in definite direction. Ocean currents may be warm or cold. The Labrador Ocean currents is a cold current while the Gulf Stream is warm current. The area where the warm and cold currents meet provide the best fishing ground of the world.